my phone, which is why this looks different right now. So I've been having some issues with the Wi-Fi here. So we are trying this. We're going to try this for the next couple weeks and see if we can keep the live stream going in this fashion. Hello, everyone. That means that in theory, I should be able to see the live chat as it scrolls by my screen here. But unfortunately, you will not. I don't have a way to show it on your screen. So sorry about that. But welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Give everybody a chance to get in here. I know this is a little different. Hello MCDJ ACDC, and hello the Loud American and Loston Wallace, and hello Beta Ray Bob and Matt and other Matt. Hello everybody. Thank you for joining. I got stuff to do. I'm wearing different glasses than I usually do. Hello, Gen 1 and Slaughterhouse. Hello, and thank you for joining. Very nice to see everyone. Hello, Michael and Josiah and Sparkster. Hello, Sparkster. Nice to see you. Hello, Nestor. I got stuff. I'm finally gonna open these, and I figure why not do it now? You know, I've been hanging on to these. I'm thinking I'm gonna open them on camera at some point. You know, it's time. Hello, Matt. Thank you. I will check my P.O. box tomorrow, Matt. Thank you. And I think I missed Jay. Did I miss Jay? And hello, Clint. Hey, Comic Tropes. I did start it a little bit early. I've been trying to, get a little bit of a jump start on it, just in case there are any issues that I need to fix, so that I don't end up starting late. Hello, Kevin. Hello to Gunner. Hello, and thank to the Loud American's son Gunner. Thanks for watching. So anyway, yeah. So I've got stuff. No, you are not off. You're not off. I get concerned about something technical happening that I have to fix, and I don't want anything to make me late. So sometimes I just try to start a little early. Anyway. Yes, hello, and who we got here? I think I've said hello to everybody so far, so hello, and thanks for joining. I can start by saying that this isn't centered very well. It's kind of, that's as good as it's going to get in there. That's as good as it's going to get. Looking for Super 7 to create a new animated series. That would be interesting. I did see they announced some new 7-inch figures, which I think is really interesting. So there should be some new kind of better articulated than these 7-inch figures coming from Super 7. And I'm intrigued. I just don't know if I want to start collecting another scale. We will see. Hello, Pete. Yeah, they have a Doc figure that was in the promo stuff, and that looks pretty good. So I'm intrigued. It's probably going to be another one of those things where I'll want to get one or two to make sure I have a sample of them, just to check them out. But I probably won't collect the entire line, kind of like these, Like I want to have a couple just so I can kind of see what they're about. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to collect the whole run. But I did want to start by saying I was finally able to read this. I thought it was very good. This is the G.I. Joe Saturday Morning Adventures. It is the comic book series that's done in the style of the old Sunbow animated series, and I have to say I'm impressed when they the artwork looks like it is. And thank you, Comic Tropes. Thank you. It looks like it's taken like straight from the screen. It looks like they have taken animation cells and made a comic book out of it. They very, very precise. And hello, Big A Dave, and hello, Victor. They very precisely captured both the look of the animated series and the overall tone of the series too. So I was very impressed with that. That's a good start. Good start. Hello, Peter Ung, and I can't read that. I'm sorry. who else we got? We got Matt and man, if I don't have there we go. Wilkinson Studios. Hello. Thank you for joining. So I did want to mention that because I've been meaning to get to this for a bit. So I did finally get to it, and you know they have really committed to doing that animated series style. And for fans of that animated series, that's got to be very welcome. Um, there hasn't been a whole lot done. I mean, there have been, you know, animated miniseries and other animated features for GI Joe since then, but not quite in that style. The style of every other iteration of GI Joe has been different. It's kind of been its own thing, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Of course, you want if you're going to do a new series, you want something to distinguish it. But for the fans of the Sunbow series, who have been starving for something, you know, just for them, this is like focused like a laser beam on that specific aesthetic. So if that's what you're looking for GI Joe, it'll definitely give you that. So that's very impressive. Oh yeah, I wanted to show these custom Legos that a friend of mine gave me of Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow and Timber. So Dylan, if you're watching, thank you for those. That was pretty cool. And then well, if I can not knock them down, that would be great. And then yeah, so I want to open these. Oh yeah, I did screw that up, didn't I? Okay, sorry. Hello Heavy Load. Hello Figure Six Pack. Hello Caleb. Sorry. Apparently, I had accidentally scrolled up, and so I missed some of the messages in the live chat. I'm sorry. So anyway, so I'm gonna open these. How many bad puns were ever used in the Sunbow GI Joe? Well, they're all bad. So you know. So I'm gonna open these. I shall open these, and for comparison's sake, I pulled out. I've got this is the 82 straight arm Cobra Commander for comparison purposes to the 5-point of articulation Super 7 figure. I have that's smudgy. I have my Duke, my mail-in Duke with the the flag sticker. So we can compare that to the Duke figure, and the Duke figure includes one of those standard animated series GI Joe laser rifles. So I grabbed my Snow Job figure so I can kind of do a quick compare and contrast with the laser rifle that came with original with Snow Job. Who did I miss? Hello, Brandon Knight, and hello, Cyclonus. Hello, Russell. So yes, so that's the plan. That's the plan for this evening. We are going to we're going to open these up. We're going to compare them with the originals. Hello, Gray Fox. And hello, Andrew. We're going to compare these to the original and just see how they look side by side. I have not opened these. I do kind of wish these the packaging was more collector friendly. You do kind of have to permanently damage the. Hello, Tim Bentley. Nice to see you. You do kind of have to permanently damage the packaging to take the figure off the card. But you know what? It's fine. It's fine. So let me. Hello, Dio Soth. Thank you very much for joining. Hello, Nyquist. Retro HCC. It's not technically HCC because it's not the hooded Cobra Commander version, but it is the Retro CC. I am in fact the Retro HCC. I'm pretty retro altogether. Let's see. Yeah, look, I think the text I think the text on the file card pretty closely mimics the version 1 file card. I should have got the version 1 file card out to compare, but I didn't. I wish I had. Hello, Chris. Let's see, what do we got? Hello, Bigfoot. Hello, Project Strum. I think that said it's going too fast. Hello, Rodimus. Hey, G.I. Joeberg is here. And I guess Lance Toth is here, but I missed it. Hello, Lance, if you're here. Synthilus. Okay, I think I read that right this time. Thank you. Hi there, Beta Ray Bob. So yeah. So we will crack this open here in just a minute. I'll give it a few more minutes. I'll give it about four more minutes, which by my clock will put this at the 15-minute mark. Hello, Adam. Hello, Vintage Gizmos. Hello, Yo Joe. Thank you very much for joining. And thank you, Josiah, for the super chat. Would like to spend use $20 worth of super chats promoting the upcoming CSI long or CS longbow line, but not if it's going to be obnoxious. No, you're not being obnoxious, Josiah. Not at all. So thank you for that, Josiah. And since we're promoting things, I should remind everybody that today is Tuesday. You probably knew that. I'll bet you knew that. But I did want to remind everybody that it's Tuesday, which means there is a new episode of Half the Battle with Timmer. This episode, he looked at one of the comic book issues. So make sure you check out Timmer's thing. If I can jump the gun on Josiah, I will remind everybody to subscribe to What's on Joe Mind. They did reach 1,000 subscribers, so great job, guys. But we'll keep reminding everybody of that. Wetsuit version 1 complete. The past week, and congratulations, Victor, on the version 1 wetsuit. Complete. Very well. Very good. Very good. Yes, we have got 5 points of articulation. So, hello, Vac Dog. So if they are so articulation is definitely not the selling point on this guy. If this has any appeal to you, then it's got to be something else. It's got to be something other than articulation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, a couple more minutes, and we will. I will mercilessly rip this off the. I should just rip it off the. I'm not going to just rip it off. I'm going to cut it. I want to preserve as much of the card as possible. But I think. All right. Opinions, though. Opinions. Should I start with Duke or should I start with Cobra Commander? What do you think? How hard were these to find? Not hard. They're pretty readily available. I think I saw. Comic Tropes says Cobra Commander, so we're gonna start with Cobra Commander. Comic Tropes wins. So I think I saw somebody mention Form BX257, and I just wanted to let everybody know that I have not heard from him. So, once again, I hope he's doing well. I'm sure he just has other things going on, and I get that. I really do understand. But we miss Kevin. We miss Form BX257. Very prominent member of our community, and we just hope that he's doing well. But yeah, I haven't heard from him. I haven't heard from him in a while. So I think we are about 30 seconds away from brutally and mercilessly ripping this off the card and taking a look at that and then doing a compare and contrast with our original 1982 Cobra Commander. Now these 1982 figures had less articulation than later figures. There's no ball jointed head. Wouldn't get those until 1985. There's no swivel arm battle grip. Wouldn't get that till 1983. And yet despite the fact that this has less articulation than, standard GI Joe figures later in the era, this still has more articulation than this guy by quite a bit, actually. But we'll see. We'll see. I could. Hello, Draws. Nice to see you. Hello, Man of Action. Hello, Toy back Zen. I think that it's scrolling fast. I'm sorry. I miss people's chats, and I apologize for that. I can kind of see the appeal for this. First of all, these are like inspired by the style of the animated series. So in a way, these go together pretty well. So if you want like an animated series style Cobra Commander, this is your thing. This is your thing. Also, they've got like Cobra Troopers. And let's see. What I think is like if you're wanting to army build blue shirts, then you could get a couple of these guys. I mean, you wouldn't put them at the on the front of the shelf. You put them kind of in the back of the shelf, and kind of match the color of the original blue shirts, and nobody will notice. You can inflate your blue shirt army with a couple of these guys. And even though these are a little bit pricey now, they can be a little pricey. They're still cheaper than a vintage Cobra Trooper or a vintage Cobra Officer. So you'd still be saving money getting these rather than trying to army build the vintage blue shirts. Now, personally, I'm a vintage figure collector. I'm a vintage guy. So the appeal of these to me is probably going to be somewhat limited. But I wanted to try. I wanted to see them in person. I wanted to hold them in my hands, see how the joints move, see how the plastic feels, see how it looks all the way around. And I'm going to show you as well. So I'm sorry. I tried to read, and now it's gone. Okay, so keeping track of the live chat is clearly going to be more difficult than it usually is. So sorry about that. I will do the best I can. Got all my vintage shows on the USS Flag and Terradrome. Well, that's a good place to have them. Plenty of room there. So all right, it's time. Let's open Coco. Let's do it. Let's see carefully. Let's check this very carefully and not slice myself. I will cut away from myself. Cut the bubble off. There we go. All right. I'm going to cut around the plastic blister. Still being careful not to slice myself or let the knife split or let the knife slip. So now, if I were to cut myself and bleed out right here on live stream, it would make for good television, right? It might be worth it, I mean, that's one way to get YouTube famous, by accidentally slicing my finger off and then bleeding out here with 108 people watching. I'm not above it. I'm not above that. So anyway, here we go. So I have basically cut around the plastic blister. I am removing it. I am now removing the figure. Okay, so the figure is on, so it's got kind of a clamshell thing. So the figure is on a plastic backing that is somewhat vacuum formed, but it's also kind of taped on. I think that's interesting. And he's got these like clear plastic shoulder things keeping the figure on. Now this is kind of something I wish vintage figures had. because like the vintage figures, even all the way up from 1982 all the way to 1994, and even some series of figures beyond that, the figure was just loose inside the plastic bubble, just rattling around in there, and that that could cause paint wear on your mint on card examples. So more modern figures are holding the figure in place. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. That does not necessarily mean the figure is better than a vintage figure, but I think the packaging helps keep the figure from being damaged before you even open it. So that's a good thing. So here's the artwork. I think the artwork is fine. It's fine. There's nothing really wrong with it. I do prefer the vintage artwork, but this is okay too. It is updated to reflect the laser pistol that comes with this figure. Uniform updated a bit too. And then we've got the file card. One thing I want to point out about the reaction figures is, even though the style is very much based on the animated series, it includes Quinn. Who was from the comic book series. Now, there have been a few action figures of Quinn before, but this is nice. This is nice. And yeah, once again, I there we go. All right, sorry. I screwed up the live chat so it wasn't scrolling. So I apologize. I definitely missed a bunch of messages. Sorry about that. So there's the card. That artwork looks like it is taken from the animated series. So there's that. So now let's take this out. So I believe, how do I do this? I don't know. Let's see. There's tape on the back. So let's kind of undo this tape. Okay. To get to that. Now what? Oh, I see. So it looks like there's an elastic band that hooks onto this butt flap. Also, he has a butt flap. So let's pull that off. There. Now, that should loosen the band around his shoulders. So I can now... Yeah, there we go. He is free. I have freed the figure. Now I have to free the accessory. He includes one pistol. Looks like it's taped on. If I can get the tape to peel just a tiny bit. There. Oh, come on. Almost got it. What's happening in there? Hello, James Clark, if I didn't say hello already. Decent novelty to add and fill a collection. Not ready to venture down that line yet. That's totally understandable, and I kind of see them that way as well. They're a bit of a novelty, right? I mean, there is a series, you can collect them, but they're also kind of a novelty. Not something that, even if you did want to collect them, you would necessarily feel that you had to collect all of them. So here's the figure. Let me put the pistol in the hand. Actually, before I do that, let's look at the articulation. So we've got 5 points of articulation. We have a swivel at the neck. That head does go all the way around. All the way around. He's got a swivel at the shoulders. Hello, Trekker viewer. Nice to see you. So 1, 2, 3, and then we've got swivels at the hip for the legs, and that is it as far as articulation. So 5 points of articulation. He does not have elbows. He does not have knees. He has no articulation at the waist. The torso will not bend, no ab crunch, nothing like that. So if articulation is your thing, this may not be your thing. So, but just FYI, you may not, hello Cobra Island, you may not care, that much about articulation. Maybe you're more interested in the look of the figure. That's perfectly legitimate, totally fine. And these 5-point of articulation figures would fit with both Star Wars and with early Action Force. Don't forget, early Action Force figures from the UK were 5-point of articulation figures, and so this would fit. Brandon says, will CC fit into a vehicle? Good question. Do I have? Where's a vehicle handy? There's a demon tank there. Should I see if he can fit in a demon tank? All right. Well, it's just the only vehicle I have handy. At least that's not in a box. I pulled the demon tank out for the Undertow review. Undertow, that's what it was. Because I was digging through. That's dusty. I was digging through Iron Grenadier stuff, so I pulled it down. I had a heck of a time finding it. Make it fit, Comic Trope says. Okay, so let me put the pistol in the hand. The fit of the accessory is also important. And man, that's actually kind of tough to fit in. Okay. Can I? Okay. All right. I got the pistol in. I got the pistol in the hand. It was not super easy because it's wider at the bottom. So it's hard to fit in straight through the top. You can squeeze it between the fingers and the thumb if you squeeze it on the thin part there. So there's that. Now let's take out the vintage. Come on. Oh, okay, there we go. I try to open these. One of my fears is that I'm going to pull one of these open and all of the contents will go flying. Hello, Red Foreman. These aren't made to be released from their case, and it's too late. I've released it from its plastic tomb. But this figure was designed to be released from its case and played with, and in fact it was. So here is the vintage Cobra Commander compared with the reaction figure. You can see the proportions are a bit different. He got some shoulder pads. Check that out. Josiah says, anyone interested in new O-ring figures? CS Longbow is coming out soon with a support comic that's very vintage G.I. Joe-like and a figure Kickstarter. Yes, I need the link for the Kickstarter because I want to share that. I have seen that. I've seen the posts about it, and I'm very, very intrigued and would like to check it out. And plus, I like supporting projects like that when I can. That's a really cool thing. So there is the vintage and modern comparison. One thing that you will notice is there is no recharging pack on the back of the new one, like on the vintage. That wasn't featured in the animated series either, so that's kind of expected. The electronic belt thing that's on the torso, that is still present. I'm sorry, Matt Rubin, I missed your comment, but now I know I'm afraid if I scroll up, then I'll mess up the live chat again. Anyway, the little electronic belt thing is still there, but it's like a different color. Also, the gloves are different. So this has the riding gloves. Kickstarter for CS Longbow isn't live yet. Yeah, that's what I thought. They were on What's on Joe Mind talking about it past Friday. Yeah. Thank you. Another reminder to check out What's on Joe Mind. They do go live every Friday But if you miss it, go back and check out the replay. But when the Kickstarter does go live, I would very much like to get the link and check that out. But the gloves are different. The vintage figure just kind of has standard black gloves, and the reaction figure has like riding gloves. But that also reflects the kind of the costume update that they had on the animated series. So that kind of makes sense. So there's that. There's the side by side. Obviously the pistol is totally different, and I don't think this is based on a vintage pistol. I don't think that's. I think this is just basically taken from the animated series. So there's that. So somebody asked if we can fit in a vehicle. I think I have another vehicle up there. I'm going to see if we can fit in a his tank, but first I'm going to see if we can fit in a demon tank. He should. Oh no, he won't. He won't fit in this. Well, maybe. Okay. Here's the demon tank. Here's the problem. All right. The demon tank will take a figure straight leg, right? There's no knee bending. But this center thing here in like between the knees of the figure, it won't fit this. Because the legs don't split apart far enough. So will it close? Now it hits his head. It hits his head. So fail on the demon tank. Now he should fit in this way, I think. So in the middle seat, he should fit there. He fits in the middle seat. He should also, in theory, fit in the back seat. Now his feet are too big. Will not fit in the back seat because his feet are too big to fit in this slot. Trying to like hook his feet into there, but all right. So he will in the demon tank. He only really comfortably fits in the middle seat. But I have a Fang helicopter here. Let's see if he fits in a Fang. I don't think that'll work, because usually in the Fang helicopter you will put the figure in with the knees bent, but he might fit without knees. Let's see. Hold on. I thought the Fang helicopter was right there, but it's not. Where's my Fang helicopter? Where's my Fang? I found it. Well, I found one. I found a Fang. Here we go. Hang on. Thank you for your patience. Thanks for sticking around. I apologize for not being able to keep up with the live chat. I have a hard time keeping up with the live chat in the best of circumstances, and now it's even harder. So sorry about that. Something about wall art. Yes. So here is a Fang, and let's see. Oh no, I can fit his. No, that won't work either. I should have thought of that. I can kind of fit his feet in there, but there's a back peg. And there's no hole in the back of this figure. Will not work. I don't have like a Stinger tank handy to see if he fits in a Stinger tank. So yeah, a little bit of difficulty fitting in some G.I. Joe vehicles. I'm sure there are some that he will fit in. He does have holes in the feet for figure stands, so that's nice. But all in all, it's kind of hit and miss on what vehicles he will fit into. So there's that. Another thing. Okay, look at this. So let's see. Matt says you might be able to fit them in vehicles where they lay down. Yeah, that is a possibility. That is a possibility. Yes. So on the right leg, he has this dagger with a couple bands around his leg. On this, he has just the bands. He has like two bands around his leg for like no reason. They don't attach to anything. Also, on the what did I say? Right leg. That's the left leg. On the right leg, there is the red stripe. He does not have the red stripe. So yeah, okay. I pointed out all of the major differences that I've noticed. Well, no, there are more. Like the undershirt is light blue instead of black. There is a stripe on the helmet, whereas before there wasn't. The mask is more reflective. It's not like it's not chromed, but it is a more reflective silver paint. So there's that. There's that. There's that. So I mean, I feel like these are display pieces. This is something for a shelf, which is fine, by the way. If that's what you're looking for, that there's nothing wrong with that. But it's gonna be complicated to fit in some vehicles, and yeah, getting him to pose in any great look. There, he's posed as about as good as he can get. So there you go. So I think we've exhausted our look at the Super 7 Reaction Cobra Commander compared with the vintage Cobra Commander. I think it's time to move on to Duke. Who's ready to move on to Duke? I'm ready to move on to Duke. So let's move on to Duke. So I'm gonna put this back in his protective case. That's right, Brandon. No more O-ring repairs. That is that is true. Chad sends Soup Chat. Thank you, Chad. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this figure? I would rate this figure on a scale of 1 to 10 about a 4 by my standards. Just because for me, articulation and fitting into vehicles and detail are important. I like those things. I prioritize those things. And this figure emphasizes those things a little bit less than that. Josiah, last Friday on What's on Joe Mind was great and everything you need to know about CS Longbow. Hold on, this Friday will probably be a ranking episode. Hey, there's What's on Joe Mind. Thank you, What's on Joe Mind. We were just talking about you guys. Thank you for the super chat, What's on Joe Mind, and Josiah. So do check out What's on Joe Mind on Friday. And if you missed Friday, go back and watch the replay. You know, the important stuff happening over there. But I mean, the figure, it's solid. It's a good quality figure. The plastic feels good. There's some weight to it. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. So there, it's totally fine for what it does. It's totally fine. And if you are interested in this style, and you're less less influenced by articulation, you may very well dig this figure. This may be just what you're looking for. But anyway, there's that, and like I said, as far as quality goes, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the quality of the figure. It's a solid figure. Joints are tight without being too tight. It moves It does not feel like it's gonna break or anything like that. It's a solid figure. Solid figure. So now that I have exhausted Cobra Commander here, let's set his card aside. Setting his card aside and turning to Duke, the Dukester. So right off the bat, already, I think I like this better than the Walmart Retro Duke because he does not have the shouting face. He doesn't have the yawning face. The card art on this one, I think, is fine. I like the vintage card art probably quite a bit better than this. It's a little bit on the bland side, but it does get the point across, though, doesn't it? It's fine. Well, again, it's not bad. It's not bad. But it just doesn't have the presence and the power and the look of authority that the vintage card art had. But there you go. There you go. So now I'm going to open this. We're going to take a look at it. I have Duke to compare it to. I also have the Snow Job, so I can put Snow Job's rifle side by side with this one. I can already tell at a glance there are significant differences between this and the Snow Job rifle. Yes, head sculpt is an improvement over the O-face Duke. Yeah, that's I have to agree with that. So okay, here we go. Ready? Ready. All right, here we go. I'll do the Ed Norton. Here we go. All right, ready. Now we address the action figure. Hello, action figure. All right. Now, like I said, I am not at all above a cheap stunt like cutting off a finger and bleeding out on camera purely for the purpose of YouTube self-promotion. I could see myself doing that, but yeah, but we'll focus on the action figures this time. Maybe next time I'll slash a finger off. Tune in next time. Will the Cobra Commander slash off a finger? All right, there we go. All right. Okay. Now we have Duke. We have released him. The back little clamshell thing is holding on. Let go. There we go. So just like on Cobra Commander, he's attached to this back plastic piece, somewhat vacuum formed, but also taped. He has that elastic band that goes around his shoulders, very much the same as the Cobra Commander figure. Let's take this guy out, and the way we did this last time is we well, actually, before that, let's make sure we look at the file card. Okay, all right, let's look at the card art. There's the card art, and there is the file card. Now, Hasbro released figures. They can't do standard file cards. They have to do multilingual because they release them in a whole bunch of different countries, and they don't want to have to print separate cards for each country. But Super 7 is not constrained by such things and can give us proper G.I. Joe file cards. So let's see. Yeah, and it looks like, just from scanning the text, yeah, it looks like basically the same text as the version 1 file card, and that is another animated series image used for the portrait. And I just noticed this is backwards, isn't it? Oh, yeah, because I have... All right, I'm on my phone, right? So I have the images mirrored. So sorry, the image is mirrored. I know that just throws your entire world into chaos, but try to bear with me. Try to bear with me. I'm trying to work around any technical difficulties or issues that would prevent me from doing an actual live stream. Anyway, so there's Duke. There's Duke. Let's free him from the carbonite. The way that we did this last time is we peeled the tape off the back, like so. And yes, he has a butt flap, a plastic butt flap there, and the elastic band, if we pull it off of that, it should loosen around the arms, just about. There we go. So now we just have to take the plastic elastic bands off the arms, and there we go. Duke is free. We have freed Duke. There we go. Now I just need to remove this rifle. And this, the laser rifle, I tell you what would make a lot of people happy is if they just mass issued like just let people order a box of these laser rifles for people who want. Somebody from New Zealand. Hello, New Zealand from the United States. Thank you very much for joining. So for a lot of fans of the animated series, if they want to like recreate that and give this laser rifle to a bunch of guys, they should be able to have multiples of the laser rifle. That would be cool. Okay, so now let me see if I can peel the tape on this and take the laser rifle out. Then we'll see what's up. Wow, and of course the tape is going to tear while I'm trying to peel it up. That's it. That's just how my day goes. And now it's stuck to my thumb. Come on. There we go. Let's see. I don't want to bend. Oh, got it. It's out. It's free. There we go. Okay, so there's that. Now, I'm also going to take my vintage Duke out, and I'm going to leave the accessories in here because this guy's accessory does not match any of the vintage accessories, so there's no need to pull those out and risk losing or damaging them. I'll just leave them in there. So there is... this is the early mail-away Duke. This does have the American flag sticker on the arm. But it is this style, obviously, that they are trying to emulate. This is the Duke that has the less detailed hair. Later releases, I believe some later mail-away and the retail Duke had more detailed hair. They updated the sculpt on that. Otherwise, figure's the same. So, front and back. But before we get too much into that, let's look closer at this. So, there is the guy. Let's see. We have a swivel at the head, and this one does not swivel all the way around. No, it just goes from side to side. It will not go all the way around. And I think it's because of the chin. Like the jaw runs into the shoulder. All right, so Cobra Commander could, he could do the Exorcist move and spin his head all the way around. Duke cannot do that. So that's a minor difference. Not super important to me, but if it is important to you, I'm informing you of that. Arms do their thing. Legs, that's a little bit stiff, but the legs do their thing. As with the Cobra Commander figure, this does feel like a very solid figure. I cannot complain about the plastic quality or anything like that. It's a very well-made figure, very solid, nicely done. So there is Duke. Obviously, the colors are inspired by the original Duke, but they're brighter. They're more like cartoon colors. But similar to the vintage. More of a mustardy yellow shirt, brighter green fatigue trousers, and similar boots, not quite the same. Okay, and one thing, let's see, a couple things I'll point out. Let's see, the jump wings are bigger, they're more pronounced than on the vintage figure. The bandolier is thinner on the Super 7 figure. And this is, like, in the animated series, it looked thicker than this. This is a thinner bandolier than I would expect even on, like, an animated series inspired figure. Samuel asks when I'll review the Hammerhead. I don't have the Hammerhead complete yet. I don't have it ready to review. I'll be happy to review it though as soon as it's ready. Though it's a very fascinating vehicle. In the meantime, I believe What's on Joe Mind has reviewed that vehicle. So if you'd like a look at it, make sure you check out What's on Joe Mind's review. And I've still gotta get it complete before I'm ready. As soon as I can, I will. Yeah, the Bandolier. I think that's my main thing with this figure is, I mean, the head is fine, looks like Duke, certainly. That bandolier should be just a bit wider. I think it's just too narrow, too skinny a bandolier. But one thing that is a plus for it is that the bandolier detail continues to the back as it should, which is not the case on the vintage figure. Hello, Robbie Rosari. Thank you for joining. Hello, Tony, thank you for joining. And hello, Joe Fan, thank you for joining. Hello, Flavio. So, yeah, the vintage figure, that bandolier on the back, not there. And for the animated series model, it was on there. And so this is correct. This, for me, this has always been a problem. They reused a lot of parts with this figure. Basically, the only two original parts on this figure, that's the head and the chest. The arms are reused, the back is reused, the waist, and all of the legs entirely reused from other figures. Okay, well, but thanks for watching anyway. Sauce. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to read, but yeah, I'm just glad you're watching. Thank you for joining. So I believe this back was reused from Doc, and of course the Doc figure didn't have a bandolier. But I think the reuse of parts, of course, was rampant in the early '80s. It's fine for the most part. You can do that, but I think that's a case in which, like, there really should have been one additional new part, just one, and it should have been that, because this has always puzzled me since, like, forever. Like, where does the bandolier go? Is it just connected from, like, the collar to the belt on the front? Is that how that works? Well, no, that's not how that works. This is how that works. This, even though I think the bandolier is a bit narrow and I'd like to see it, a bit wider, this still works. That still at least looks right. So he's missing some features. He doesn't have, like, the red orangey epaulets that the animated series Duke had. Let's see. He is missing some details. I mean, they trimmed down on details. They did. So, like, no pistol on the leg, and let's see, no knife on the boot. You can see there is a difference on the boots, though. So yeah, that's the thing. All right. So details are skimped on a little bit. So, but again, it's kind of like a cartoon version of Duke. Okay, so I get it. I'm not saying it's necessarily bad. I'm not necessarily complaining. I'm just saying that if like detail is important to you, that may be a problem. If that's not what you're looking for, that may not be a problem at all. So let me put the laser rifle in his hand. And I will say right off the bat, that fits a lot better than Cobra Commander's pistol. It actually works pretty well. So there you have a more or less animated series inspired Duke with an animated series inspired laser rifle. How about that, huh? And we have one more thing to do for comparison purposes. For comparison porpoises. For comparison dolphins and porpoises. For comparison porpoises, here is the snow job rifle that inspired the animated series laser rifle, the XMLR3A laser rifle. And like even though you probably can't see a lot of the details there, you can already see that the Super 7 accessory it's just kind of thicker, kind of all around thicker. Chad, thank you for the super chat. Does Duke rate a 4 to 10 also? Good question. I think I would rate Duke a little higher. I'm going to give Duke a 6. Because I'm gonna it's totally unfair. It's completely subjective, right? But this right here, just the fact that he has this stupid bandolier on the back, automatically gets him a higher score. That's completely unfair. Completely unfair. Yeah. Star Wars Joes. Yeah, I kind of like that. Thank you, Josiah. Please check out CS Longbow and sub to What's on Joe Mind. And thanks for providing a place to nerd out about G.I. Joe nostalgia every week. Thank you very much, Josiah. And yes, also, I would remind everybody of the things that Josiah reminded everybody of. Do subscribe to What's on Joe Mind. Do check out the Longbow project, which I will be sharing as soon as I can. Check out What's on Joe Mind's Friday episode for more information as well. I mean, last Friday. So there's that. I wanted to kind of take a closer look at these myself. And yeah, I mean, the Super 7... it's kind of got that animated series style. Hey, hello, Eric. Thank you for joining. You didn't miss anything. Didn't miss anything. Did he miss anything, Cobra Commander? No, he missed nothing. What about you, Duke? Do you think he missed anything? No, he didn't miss anything. That's my impression of Duke. He didn't miss anything. So it's got like the animated series kind of color inspiration as well, but like the body is thicker, the barrel is thicker, the grip is thicker, the everything. It's just like it's like they took the vintage accessory and just kind of went like that, just a little bit, and then came up with this. So you're not going to confuse this with the vintage snow job accessory. This is not going to cause any confusion like that whatsoever. It is obvious at a glance that it is not that same accessory, but it's definitely inspired by it. It's definitely inspired by it, and like I said, this it fits. It fits in Duke's hand like a glove. Does the vintage accessory? Yeah, see, the vintage accessory is really loose in his hand because that grip is thinner. The grip is thinner. So there you go. There you go. So that's it. I mean, that's all I had to show you. I mean, it took up almost the whole hour, but I'll stay until this says about an hour and 10 minutes because I started a little bit early. And I don't want to end before 8 o'clock my time, so I'm gonna hang out for a little bit longer. But I just wanted to show you guys. I wanted to open these guys and actually take a look at them. I really should get these in front of like an HD camera and do a proper review of them. But they've been sitting here and I got tired of just staring at them and I actually wanted to open them. So I thought I'd open them for you guys. So there you go. Hello, Terrence. Thank you very much for being here. So yeah, at least he can hold his weapon. So there's that. The vintage figures definitely win for me. I do much prefer the vintage figures for nostalgic reasons and for things like like elbows, like knees, like the fact that they can fit in vehicles, things like that. So that kind of stuff is important to me, but it's not going to be important to everybody. Some people will have different priorities, and everybody can have different priorities. That is your prerogative. So we need to put Duke back in his protective case. There we go. Managed to do that without losing any of the accessories. Yay me. So anyway, all right. What else is going on? I'm working on the next review video. I've got the core review shot. It's already recorded. It's not edited yet. I've got to do like the front of the camera stuff, and I really got to get around to that. I'm running behind. It's been a challenging week, really kind of a challenging couple of weeks. I've had to do a lot of adulting, too much adulting. Look, I'm surrounded by toys here. I should be able to act like a child pretty much 24/7. That's the world I've constructed for myself, and yet people force me to do adult things. That is not fair. That is just not like there's some kind of constitutional right in there somewhere that is being violated by making me do grown-up stuff. All right, but anyway, that's been the last couple of weeks. It kind of sucks, but I'm trying to get back on track. I missed Class of Friday last Friday. I'm going to really try not to miss it this Friday. The video that needs to go up this Sunday is not done yet. So I've really got to get that done. But I've got to do it at the same time as doing other stuff. Yes, being a grown-up sucks. I mean, who invented that anyway? It sounds like a bad idea from the start. And I think we should ban it. That should be illegal. So anyway, yeah, I've got to get video work done. I do have the major part of the next review completed, and I've got the rest written. It's all written down. It's all written. I just have to shoot it. I have to get in front of the camera and do it, and that is proving to be the greater challenge. So I'm working on it. So hello, Raisener. Yo to you as well. But thank you to everyone. Hello, John Ulrich. I don't think I said hello to you. Hello, Fletch. Yeah, so anyway, as a result, I'm tired. You guys get sick of hearing that, right? Don't I say that about every week? I'm tired. And for that reason, I am going to end the live stream when my live counter right there hits 1 hour and 10 minutes, because I think that'll be about 8 o'clock. I don't have the... Yeah, pretty much. So anyway, yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on lots of other things too. So it's a challenge. But I'm gonna keep pushing through and keep getting this stuff done. I want it to be fun. I want to enjoy it, and I want you to enjoy it. I don't want it to be laborious. I don't want the final product to not be enjoyable. Thank you, Josiah. TKS for the plugs. Hope to see everyone at What's on Joe Mind stream on Friday. Should be a ranking episode. That doesn't mean it'll be a rank episode. That is not a comment on the smell of the episode. They're ranking things. Putting ranks on things. So that's I assume that's what they will do for the next episode. I believe that's what. Absolutely no insult meant to What's on Joe Mind saying their episode is rank. No. Ranking. Oh, thank you, Matt Rubin. Don't know us videos. You enjoy what you do at your own pace. I'm trying to. Thank you very much. And Brandon Knight, thank you. We get to new retro O-ring, Snake Eyes, and Storm Shadow figures. Also, do you need help with the core review? I don't have the retro Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow yet, so I can't do that yet. And the core review, it's one of those things where I feel like I need to give it some more thought about like the format of it, and like the research of it. So it's one of those things like I've had in my back pocket for a while, and I feel like I want to do it. I need to do it, but I want to do it right. I'm only probably going to do it one time. I don't want to have to revisit it, so I want to do it right the first time. And I just don't feel like I've got a handle on the format I want to use for it. And by the way, great segue here. That's the also the same reason why I haven't started the animated series reviews, is that like I'm just not sure about the format. I mean, Timmer has a format he does them in. There are other reviewers of TV and movies and stuff who have different formats, and I don't really quite know what format. I know I want to do it, and I've got ideas for what to say about them. And I have rewatched some of the episodes that I will be reviewing early. But as far as the format, like, do I want to appear on camera, or do I want to do it kind of like the comic book reviews, where it's like a voiceover review, over the images? I don't know, man. I don't know. So formatting, like, is probably not as vital for the animated series reviews as it is for the core. Because if I'm going to do the core, I want to do it big, I want to do it right, and I don't want to do it once. For the animated series, there are later episodes. So if I start out with a format that I don't think works and I want to tweak it, I can tweak it like in later episodes. So that's one of these things where I need to probably give up on the idea of picking the perfect format for it and just do one and see how it works, see how it feels, and then tweak it as I go. But for something like a review of the core and a review of something else that I wanted to do that I don't want to disclose because I don't want to spoil it, I really want to give adequate thought into getting the format just right, so that I'm satisfied with the end result, so that you will be satisfied with the end result. I wish I could tell you the other thing that I would like to do in the very near future, the one that I'm wrestling with the format, but I really do want to do that very soon. And I don't want to spoil it. So anyway, that's all I got. It looks like we've got about 3 minutes before we wrap up. I would like to say thank you to everyone who is here. Thank you for the super chats. This hour has flown by. I'm amazed. I'm amazed at how fast this hour flew by. So thank you to everyone. Cobra Island, I did get your message earlier, but I was driving when you sent it, so I couldn't reply, but I did get it, and I will get back with you. Thank you. Inhumanoids, also on YouTube. Yeah, the Inhumanoids are kind of an adjacent toy line that I have some interest in. I have to be careful. Hello, Gaz. How you doing? I have to be careful about dabbling into too many adjacent toy lines. Another example would be Cops. Cops is a G.I. Joe adjacent toy line and cartoon. But if I start getting all those, then I will be overwhelmed with stuff. So I'm trying to stick with G.I. Joe. Trying to stick with that. Hello, David Sharp. How you doing? So we got a couple minutes, but I am gonna wind down. It's been a busy day. I accomplished some things today. I did some of the adulting, but I was up early, and I've been going all day, and now it's about time to wrap it up. So is Cujo here? Somebody said hello to Cujo, but I didn't see Cujo. Hello, Cujo. Hello, Bubble Wrap Memories. Thank you for joining. So I'm gonna get some rest. Cops and Crooks. Yeah, that one. Hello, Photo Viper. Hello, Brushstroke. You missed Reaction Cobra Commander. He's right here. There's Reaction Cobra Commander, and he's back in his case, but there's Reaction Cobra Commander next to regular Cobra Commander. There you go. But anyway, it should be, I think it's about 8 o'clock. It is 8 o'clock by my clock, so I will wrap it up. So thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for the time. It's always great to see you guys. I will see you next week. And until then, remember the thing that you're supposed to remember. I will see you soon. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.